Hello and welcome everybody to Living Off Charts Trading. My name is Tom. I've been trading the Forex market for over 5 years. I've recently sent out a PDF with my personal model, how I trade by a day-by-day basis. And in this video, I will break down for you how I exactly use this concept. So I hope you enjoy.
Yo, what up everybody? Welcome to a simulation session video on the PDF I sent out recently. If you haven't seen the PDF about time frame alignment, link will be in the description, and we're gonna do a simulation so you can see my entire thought process with executing using this concept. So first of all, let's pick a random date as always, so no cheating, right? 7 September 2020. Let's pick that date. 2020, September 7th. Okay, and then the end date obviously gonna be today. So yeah, let's load up the charts. And basically what we're gonna be doing is going from higher time frame to lower time frame, aligning all the time frames that are needed to find an entry. So first of all, we're gonna do a higher time frame analysis. So we'll start off on the monthly, see what the drawn liquidity will be, and I will put DXY and Euro USD next to each other so we can frame our higher time frame narrative. So let's look at the monthly. What we got over here, we are in pretty high premium on EU, which means we are in discount on DXY as well, looking like we have a bullish fair value gap over here. So first of all, establishing that higher time frame narrative, right? So monthly fair value gap could be the catalyst for lower prices within this range. We already took out previous monthly high on EU, so let's go to the weekly, see what that looks like. Alright, so we have a pretty good swing point over here in a higher time frame key level, which means we took out the low here, and now we can aim for the high of this candle over here, and that should be the drawn liquidity. There's also this range over here, right? So this bigger range. Let me see if I can remove the 62 levels. Right, so now we know this is premium and this is discount. Right, so the narrative over here on DXY is we are in discount of a bigger range on the weekly. Vice versa for EU, right? We are in a weekly range in premium. Now, if we are anticipating buys, we need to have time frame alignment. So let's go to the daily, see if that actually lines up. So daily time frame, we're pushing up higher right now. We have a fair value gap down here, but we have a bullish scenario in my opinion for DXY. So now let's go to the 4 hour and find our range where we want to trade from. Currently, if I look at EU and DXY, now we're gonna find some SMT, see if we have a low taken out where there isn't a high taking out on DXY, right? So cracking correlation between these two. Right now is a Monday, so let's skip Monday and let's go to the next daily opening. Right, so now we're on Tuesday. So Monday traded higher up, straight up from the weekly opening. And the same thing goes for Euro USD, traded straight down from the monthly opening. Let's draw out our range, see what we got over here. We don't really have a higher time frame key level here where we can trade off, but we do have this bullish order block here, which is supporting price higher, which means we can look for a lower time frame range over here. So if we go to the 1 hour, 4 hour is bullish already, right? Let's us draw out a range on the 4 hour from this low down here up until this high. So now we have another bullish range, right? So a bullish range on the 4 hour, and now we want to scout the 1 hour to see if we can find a bullish range where we can look for a lower time frame range to order pair. So if I draw out the range on DXY over here, I've got this low down here up until this high. So this is the current range we're working with on the 1 hour. And let me mark out New York midnight opening because we want to be a seller above it and a buyer below it. So we draw it out over here, and let me skip a few 1 hour candles. So we are at New York midnight opening. Okay, so we got that over here, right? And we want to focus on the kill zone if you're executing on a 15-minute and you want to focus, or you don't have to enter within the kill zone if you take a 1 hour range, because the 1 hour time frame does not require a kill zone in my opinion. right? So 4-hour range, we've broken out of it, forming a new range. The 1 hour is forming a new range here as well, and we have a lower time frame range with it. So we have this bullish order block here, which tapped the order block of the previous range. So now we have this range over here. Now we want to be a buyer in discount of this range, right? So what we're going to be waiting for is the daily candle making a low first, so open low, and then a high and then a close. That's the power of 3 of a daily candle, right? So let's see if we can refine that a little bit further. Let's mark out New York midnight as well on EU, right over here. Right, beautiful. So we want to trade above daily opening price, right? New York midnight, and then trade a lower from there. So can we pair up a range on the 1 hour? We have this high here, and this high did not take out we actually did take out this high, so we can still take this range, and we're going to see if there is a lower time frame range where we can pair it up with. So let's go to the 15. So now we went all the way from the higher time frame, right? From the 4 hour, 1 hour into the 15 minute. See if we have a range where we can use order pairing. Now, if I go to the 15 minute over here, check if there's any SMT available. There's no SMT here. Down here, same thing, no SMT. And we're going to be looking to take out the range high up here within the bigger 1 hour range, right? So we want to order pair the high over here with the low down here, right? So we accumulate the buy stops here and then pair them up with the sell stops down here. Let me make this a little bit thicker. This thing needs to get out of the way, right? So we have sell side and we have buy side up here. Same thing over here. Right, sell side over here, and then buy side above here. Now, the 1 hour range is already confirmed. What does that mean? That means that the 1 hour low should not get violated, right? So now, if you have that information, you know where to put your stop loss if you trade a 1 hour range. Now, what I like to do is enter on a 1 hour perspective and find a lower time frame range within that 1 hour range to pair up that sell stops with the buy stops. So literally what you can do, and this is also called a turtle soup, right? You can buy the low, put your stop loss on the low, and then go for the drawn liquidity, which is up here, which is already a 2R. But obviously we're aiming for that higher pricing all the way up here, right? Taking out those highs. So we can extend our take profit towards this high up here. Right, so this would be a 1 to 5R, which is a very good risk to reward. So literally what I would do, 1 hour time frame is confirmed, I would buy the low of DXY. So let me put a order in here. So place order to 1%. It is a limit order because we're buying below a low, right? So now I've put my limit below this low, and I will trust the low of the 1 hour dealing range to stay intact. At the same time, we'll be trading below daily opening price. Now, there's one thing that we might miss this entry, that this low does not get taken out, but the high gets taken out on Euro USD, right? So if that happens, that is fine, because SMT is good if you want to have a high probable smart money reversal. So let's see how price develops over here. So price starts to move up early, which is fine. We got tagged right now on that low, right? There is no SMT, which is fine, but the 1 hour dealing range, that is what we're working with. That should stay intact. So let's see how that develops. Right, there's a nice push up. Price starting to push up, and now we took out the range high. So this is a 2R trade if you would take your take profit up here. Now we're going to go break even because we don't want to see external back into the range. Right, so it should keep continuing pushing up. And I also say this because we manipulated below daily opening price during London session with a classic buy day that should be the low of the day as well, right? We have some down close candles here which should support price higher, so there's no reason for price to come back up or come back down into this area, right? So we have this bullish order block here on the 15 minute that should support price higher. Let me remove this P&L indicator because we already see that our entry is here. Right, and let's see if we can push up a little bit higher and then where to take a partial. Right, now we're pushing up, we're up. Let me see over here. We are 2.6% up, so that is a good area where we can take a little bit off. Pay the traders, very important, right? So let's take off half of the position. So now we banked 1.3k over here, and we'll just let it play out until take profit. Now if it doesn't reach our take profit area, it is still a win, right? Because we paid ourselves. We had a nice 2R run, actually 2.6R. So this is already a successful trade. And go back into the video, right? See how I used all the ranges over here. And very important, I want you to focus on this. If the 1 hour range is confirmed, try to buy below an old low. This is a turtle soup, right? This will be the best entry you can get, in my opinion. So let's see where it goes. Right, so it was very close, like a few pips. So typically I would just close right now. And if I close it right now, we would be up. Let me see, if we take everything off, we just made 3.1% on this simple trade. And I just randomly picked a date, used the time frame alignment, and for me this has a very high strike rate. I journaled this day in and day out, and for me a 1 hour dealing range is actually my favorite entry, right? So let's see if we can push up a little bit higher, and otherwise we have banked accordingly. Right, yeah, that would be, I think it was like 3-4 pips. Yeah, that would have hit take profit as well, right? So if I go back to the bigger range, and this was the target, right? And we actually hit that target. So short and concise video, building up on that PDF I sent out. Make sure to follow me for more content, right? And we actually have a free section in our Discord right now. So if you want to sign up over there, make sure to hit the link in the description, and I will see you guys inside of the Discord. Have a great day.